Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're going to break down a truly timeless idea from the legend himself, Benjamin Graham. I'm talking about the father of value investing. And this one simple concept, man, it can totally flip the script on how you see the market's wild swings. Okay, let's be real for a second. When the market starts tanking, does it make you feel a little anxious? You see all that red on the screen, the scary headlines, and you feel that pit in your stomach. Yeah, we've all been there. It's totally normal. But what if there was a way to not just deal with that feeling, but to actually turn it into your secret weapon?
All right, so first things first, we've got to understand what we're actually dealing with here. These market mood swings. To get a handle on our own reactions, we first have to get that the market isn't just a bunch of numbers on a screen. No, it's this huge swirling storm of human emotion.
I mean, think about it. Every single day, you're just hit with this wall of breaking news, so-called expert predictions, crazy price swings. It feels like it's all designed to make you panic and react immediately. Buy now, sell everything. You're going to miss out. It's completely exhausting. And let's be honest, it is a terrible, terrible way to make important decisions. But here's the big idea. What if you could just step off that emotional roller coaster? What if you could look at all that chaos and see it not as a threat, but as an opportunity? That's the huge mental shift we're talking about today. And it all starts by introducing you to well, a very interesting character. So to help us wrap our heads around this, the brilliant Benjamin Graham came up with this amazing story, this allegory. He wants us to picture the stock market not as this big, scary, faceless thing, but as a person, and not just any person. Meet your new business partner, the one and only manic depressive Mr. Market. So who is this Mr. Market guy? Well, he's your business partner. And let's just say he's a little unstable. He's emotional, completely unreliable, and his mood swings are, well, they're legendary. Every single day, like clockwork, he shows up at your door and names a price. He'll either offer to buy your shares or sell you his. Here's the catch, though. The price he shouts has almost nothing to do with what the business is actually worth. See, Mr. Market really only has two modes. On his good days, he's totally euphoric. He thinks the future is paved with gold, and he'll offer you some ridiculously high price for your shares, way more than they're worth. But then, on his bad days, oh boy, he's completely depressed. He's sure the sky is falling, and he'll basically beg you to take his shares off his hands for pennies on the dollar. So, okay, this is where it gets really important. This guy, Mr. Market, he shows up every day with these totally wild, emotional offers. The big question is, what do you do? How do you respond? You really only have two choices. And that choice is what separates two very different kinds of people. First, you have the speculator. They just get completely swept up in Mr. Market's drama. They buy when he's happy, they sell when he's freaking out. Basically, they're his puppet. But then you have the intelligent investor. They do their own homework. They figure out what the business is actually worth, and then they can use Mr. Market's crazy moods to their own advantage. They make the market their servant, not the other way around. And Graham just hits the nail on the head with this quote. He said, "The investor's chief problem, and even his worst enemy, is likely to be himself." Think about that. The real game isn't about outsmarting everyone else. It's about mastering your own emotions. Your own impulses are way more dangerous to your portfolio than Mr. Market could ever be. Okay, so how do we actually do that? How do we become that intelligent investor and keep our impulses in check? Well, the great thing is, Graham didn't just leave us with a cool story. He gave us an actual playbook, a set of simple but incredibly powerful rules. All right, so here are the rules of engagement. They look simple, but they are everything. Rule number one, and this is the big one, know your value. You never, ever buy or sell anything without having your own solid idea of what the business is fundamentally worth. Forget Mr. Market's price for a second. What is your number? That is your anchor in the storm. Once you have that, rules 2 and 3 are easy. You buy from the pessimist. When Mr. Market is having a meltdown and offering you bargain basement prices, that can be a fantastic time to buy. And you sell to the optimist. When he's giddy and offering you way too much money, that might be a good time to sell. But maybe the most powerful rule of all is number 4. You can just ignore him. Seriously, you are under zero obligation to do a deal with him. If his prices seem crazy, just walk away. Close the door. Wait for a day when he makes more sense. You know, when you really start living by this mindset, the payoff isn't just about making more money. It's about something way more valuable than that. It's about financial peace. So let's boil this all down. what are the big takeaways here? First, your focus has to be on the value of the business, not its daily price tag. Second, all those market ups and downs, they're not threats, they're opportunities. A downturn isn't a crisis, it's a sale. Third, and this is huge, you are in control of your financial decisions, not the market's random moods. And finally, always remember, the market is there to serve you, not to tell you what to do.
So I'm going to leave you with this one thought to chew on. The next time the market goes nuts, the headlines are screaming, and your emotional business partner, Mr. Market, is pounding on your door in a total panic, who's going to be in control? Him or you?